Okay, so let's talk about something every business is wrestling with right now, this constant race to keep up in a digital world. You're always trying to adapt, to innovate, to figure out what's coming next. So today, we're going to dig into what really moves the needle.
You hear it all the time, right? AI, big data, automation. But think about it. If everyone is using the same technology, what's the actual difference maker? What separates the companies that just survive from the ones that truly thrive? Is the tech itself the answer, or is it something deeper? Well, to get to the bottom of this, we're diving into a fascinating new research paper. Now, it focuses on a really specific and fast-growing industry, Islamic banking in Malaysia and Indonesia. But what it uncovers are some universal truths about what it takes to succeed in this day and age. And we're not talking about a small case study here. The research was based on a total customer base of over 33 million people. So this gives us a massive real-world backdrop for the conclusions. From that huge pool, the researchers surveyed a carefully selected group of 178 customers. And they used a method that ensured this group was a perfect, miniature reflection of the entire market. So we've got both scale and precision here.
So let's set the scene. The banking world, much like a lot of other industries, is right in the middle of a huge digital revolution. Everything is being shaken up by some really powerful forces.
And according to this study, you can boil it all down to 3 key drivers of change that pretty much every business out there needs to get a handle on. So let's quickly break these down because these are the big waves that everyone is trying to ride right now to make their strategic choices.
First up, and this will be no surprise to anyone, is artificial intelligence. I mean, in banking, AI is an absolute game changer. It lets banks crunch massive amounts of data in the blink of an eye, automate all the boring stuff to save money, and just make everything run more smoothly. It's basically the new engine of the whole operation. The second force? Well, it's us, society. Think about it. Our expectations have totally shifted. We want services that feel like they were made just for us. We want slick digital apps, and we want to know what's going on. But at the same time, we're more worried than ever about our data privacy. It's a tough balancing act for any company.
And number 3 is political support. You see, for real innovation to take off, you need the rule makers on your side. When governments and regulators actually encourage new tech and work with the industry, they create this environment where digital finance can just boom, and that helps everybody. Okay, so you've got the powerful AI, you've got changing customer demands, and you've got a supportive government. That sounds like a recipe for success, right? A slam dunk. Well, the study asked a really critical question. Is just having these things in your corner actually enough to guarantee you'll make progress? And the answer they found was a huge no. It turns out there's a missing piece of the puzzle, a crucial link, a kind of secret ingredient that really unlocks the power of all these other forces.
And that ingredient is the quality of strategic decisions. Now, what do they mean by that? It's not just about making a choice. It's about making the right choice at the right time. It's about being innovative and effective and making sure every decision lines up with your company's core mission. This is the human element right here. This little diagram here lays it out perfectly. On the left, you have all those forces, the AI, the social trends, the politics, but they don't just magically turn into progress. They have to pass through that critical middle step, high-quality strategic decisions. That is the bridge that connects opportunity to actual results. So that's the big idea, but you're probably asking, okay, how did they prove this? Let's get into the data and see how all the dots connect. First, the researchers checked if these forces had any effect on a bank's decision-making in the first place. And yep, absolutely. The data showed that AI, social dynamics, and political support all had a significant direct impact on the quality of a bank's choices. Which makes total sense, right? Better tools in a better environment help you make better decisions. But wait, because here's where it gets really compelling. That direct impact was only part of the story. The researchers wanted to know if the real magic happened when decisions acted as a middleman, connecting those forces to real, tangible progress. And bingo, this is the big reveal. The study found that the quality of strategic decisions plays this huge mediating role. In plain English, that means having great tech and a favorable environment is good, but their power is truly unleashed only when they are channeled through smart human choices. The technology isn't enough. Strategy is the key that turns the engine on. So what does this all mean for us? Whether we're in banking or literally any other business. Well, the implications are massive, especially today when everyone is so obsessed with tech.
It really boils down to three key things. First, technology like AI, it's an incredibly powerful tool, but it is not a magic solution. Second, it's our human strategy that acts as the bridge between having cool tools and actually getting great results. And finally, it's our ability to make wise choices that unlocks the potential of everything around us.
You know, the authors of the study really summed it up perfectly right here. This quote just hammers home that central point. It's not about just having AI, it's about the quality of the decisions you make with that AI. That's the heart of this whole analysis.
And that leaves us with a final, really big question to think about. In an age where technology is everywhere, available to pretty much anyone, is our uniquely human ability to think critically, to strategize, and to make wise choices the one true competitive advantage we have left? Something to chew on.